The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us each and every morning. And market-wise out here, folks, just like yesterday and the day before, you better have that saddle on because it is one volatile market, up, down, all around. What's happening, brother?
Yeah, one minute you look and you check, and I think, last night, the Dow was up about 132 or so.
Yes.
Last time I checked. And, of course, that was before I sent you the text that said gold,
1807.
Yeah.
Totally.
And, what was interesting is I was having dinner last night with my brother-in-law, and so we were talking about gold.
Yes.
And I said, one of the things that you don't know right now, or we don't know, is just how leveraged up everybody is.
Right.
And I said, so you're going to have to pay real close attention the first time that they increase the margin, just like on silver, right?
They heard
we were talking about this at about 8 o'clock at night, over a beer or what have you. Right. And then sure enough, I wake up this morning,
Right now, markets, folks, you get the Dow up 141, Nasdaq up 39, S&Ps are up 16, gold's down 22, silver's off $1. Now, what was wild here this morning, folks, Steve, and folks, and this is where there's many times in the marketplace you can really learn a huge amount about the market.
Yeah.
And specifically what I'm talking about is this. So this morning, we're in here early, and, we trade futures also, folks. So the disconnect this morning from the future market to the actual equity prices was dynamite. And this is what it was now, okay? So picture. You have the S&P futures, you have the Nasdaq futures, right? What was happening simultaneously is this, is that what I'm always looking for in all markets is I do 10-minute bars and how are you coming against it, right?
Right.
So because of the amount of fear that was out there, right?
Yes.
I looked over and I actually said to my son, I says, "Oh, Tommy, look at this, man. I could see what was going to happen, right? What was happening, folks, is that the headline future number was down, right?
Right.
And simultaneously, so if you're trading the NDX 100, I had that up on one side, the future.
Right.
On the other side, I had the 3 Qs.
Yeah.
Well, when the Nasdaq futures were down, folks, what ended up happening is that the Qs were not down.
Right.
And I says, oh, yes, here we go, okay? Because what happens, folks, is that it has to match.
Right.
That's the bottom line. And, when it doesn't, that you have a huge edge.
Right.
And sure enough, that is a pure arbitrage. That's what that is, folks, okay? And bottom line, what you can glean out of that is that the fear is extraordinary.
Yeah.
People, I can't blame them because unless you really do this for a living, there's no way you're even going to understand those correlations that quickly. Okay.
Right.
But I was digging the heck out of it, man.
Yeah. Now the other thing, that I know that you love, that we had setting up, and this, folks, this is going into 8 o'clock this morning. And so if you were just taking a look at the ES Mini contract that was out there, what it did was it set up almost a perfect Gartley pattern. A perfect Gartley buy pattern.
Interesting. I see what you're looking at.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. And so
shame on me.
Yeah. No. And folks, where I'm going is August 9th at about 6 o'clock at night. The E-mini contract, the high on that was about 1179, 1178.75. And the B point that I'm going to, because there are a couple that you could use that were out there, but the B point on this one was at 11:30 in the morning on the 10th of August. And then it moved back up to about, moved up to the 11:57 area around 2:30 in the afternoon on the 10th as well. And then this morning at 8 o'clock, the full projection would have been about 1098.77. Okay. But you have to give these things a little bit of room, and it got down to 1103, I believe, was the low, somewhere right around 1103 and a quarter, 1103 exactly. Right. And that was close enough, and it set up a nice Gartley pattern. That was a .786, so just above a .786. And those are the patterns that Tom and I prefer to trade. And the reason why we prefer to trade the .786 versus the 618 is because that's really kind of your last bastion of support. If you break through that, one, we know just simply from Tom's trading that you're going to at least do a move and go back to the bottom. But when Gartleys get broken at a 0.786, usually it turns out to be a butterfly. It's usually an extension, which would indicate that, we were going to push lower than the lows that we had a couple days ago. This hasn't happened. This Gartley so far,
yes,
is working, still is in effect. Now, if this area gets busted, it's signaling to us some problems, some additional lower price coming out.
And I just pulled it up. If you're watching Tiger TV on Channel 1, folks, what you're looking at is you're looking at the Gartley. Now, that is a Tiger Gartley, too. And this is what you have in the future market. So it was breaking the B point. The B point was done on 1550 on the 10th.
Right.
That had 276,000 contracts, and you broke it with 46,000 contracts. How's that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're coming into, oh my God, there's monsters.
It's a nice
You're coming into 298,000 contracts with 45,000 contracts.
Yeah, and so when you get a Tiger Gartley, so you're breaking that B point on lighter volume. What I like to use on these Gartley patterns is what that sets up for me is a new ABC up. Okay, because that D point in the Gartley becomes really our C point.
Right.
And so then I can project, where this ought to take us. So on the E-mini contract, what it really ought to do, if this completes correctly, it should take us to the 1205 area, 1204, which is, a heck of a nice trade when you're sitting at 1131.
Oh, that's intense, man.
So we'll see how it plays out. But it's nice to, as Tom is talking about, you always have the fear and the greed in the marketplace.
Oh,
so what we like to,
we really got it now.
Yeah, and what we really like to look for is what are the patterns that are setting up, telling us.
Right.
Because the patterns are a lot easier to trade versus the emotions, that you have to go through.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And the emotions that are out here, folks, some that I hope everyone gets to understand. And unfortunately, I guess folks forget on a continual basis, because it's amazing when we look at the last downdraft versus this one versus in the middle, that folks just think markets are going to go up. When you get downdrafts like this, folks, you can actually learn more about the marketplace, and it will help you for years, absolutely years, okay? Like this, see this type of bottom here, folks? This type of bottom, bulls won't buy. Trust me on this. You're gonna see how this works. The people that are in stay in because they're scared. Bulls don't buy this type of bottom because what they need, unfortunately, is that they just need steady, because they believe this buy and hold forever deal.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And this is the type of bottom that you will get a bigger acceleration off of because of the amount of fear and the amount of times that we've tested it.
Sure. And what I suggest that people do is I really suggest that, especially if you're a trader in these markets, and especially during the downdraft, is to write your emotions down on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Because what you want to do is kind of like the night before, what is it that, if you felt you missed out on a move, we talked about this a couple days ago.
Right.
And you would be hoping for a pullback. Okay, if you had written that down the night before, and then you started to get that pullback, then what was that emotion? I mean, for the night before, what you tried to bring into your life was you said, I might have missed out on something, and so I wanted to be able to pull the trigger. And then when it pulls back, and then if you don't, you got to really, get your head wrapped around the emotional aspect of trading, which is nice, which is why I like to go to the patterns. So if you don't understand the patterns, it's really why you want to participate with TFNN, whether it's through any of our educational services or our newsletter services, whatever it might be, because you really want to, eliminate, you're going to have the emotion. No matter what, anytime we pull a trigger, there's emotion involved.
Yeah.
There's still fear involved because we don't know, right? But we have enough experience. We have enough experience where we've got the probability on our side.
Right.
Which is really what it all
yesterday I was mentioning to Steve, the saying I have, the bear can claw you harder, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Where that came from, folks, that came in 1994. And it came in highly volatile markets.
Yeah.
And I cracked up because I actually forgot where it came from.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, when I see it come all the way back, I says, "Oh man, that's right." Because what was always happening is that in '94, you think, "Oh no, hold it, I missed the move."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh no, there's always another move."
Yeah.
And that in itself, folks, understanding patience and that in itself will help you dramatically. You know?
Yeah, and if you have missed a move, sitting on the sidelines in cash is still okay.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be another one. You know, you wait for a trade setup, you wait for a new piece of information, you wait for something to pull back into you.
Big time. And market-wise here, you know, another volatile day, and no doubt over in Europe, folks. Okay, the volatility was absolutely huge. You had the FTSE close up 0.6%. The CAT was down 0.4. What you are going to see, folks, is that this, no doubt, is still into a banking deal. You know, SocGen is probably broke, no doubt about it. You know, it was crazy. This morning, I hear Donald Trump, you know, on CNBC.
Okay.
It blows my mind. You know, he's on there yapping about the mortgage business and the CMOs, selling the CMOs. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? He's already bankrupt 6 companies.
Oh, he has.
It is absolutely sick.
Yeah.
When I was listening to him, I said, this is unbelievable. I says, factually, they should have brought up the companies. He's never made anyone money in the stock market. I mean, he just trashes people about 2 seconds flat. And I'm saying to myself, now, the amazing part, folks, listening to that, was like, if you got to get off the reality shows. The reality shows is one of half the problems we have in the country.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's not factually real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, one of the things that I certainly believe in is, and I understand the value of your time, you know, that you're spending here listening, or whether it's through an archive show, you know, and in the value of money. Your time is way more valuable than your money. And, you know, if you're spending time, you know, just if you're spending your time, which you folks aren't, you know, but watching those reality shows versus this, you know, here, the markets, this is the real reality show, if you will, and we can teach you how to understand what's going on emotionally, how to trade the patterns, and how to make some money.
No doubt. And listen, folks, we get the Dow right now up 189, Nasdaq's up 54, S&Ps are up, $40. You get gold down 25, and to our producers in there, we're having some problems with these with the sound out here. So if you can give us a hand, some of these folks are having some problems out here, I believe, inside the den. But we get a nice acceleration up. If we take a look at the SPYs on a 10-minute, what you have here is let's take a look at this baby. Yeah, she's going to go. She's going to. Now, what you have here, folks, is this. So check this out, even on the 10-minute. What you have in the 10-minute is that when we came down yesterday, you came down with that 42 million going into 54 million. Now what she's going for. Now, see, this is where it gets really interesting, folks, and this is what it is. We are going to, the SPY is going to start barreling into 115.30 up to 116.28. And you know what you have up there, folks? No volume. And that's what you love to see, because, you know, you start barreling into that baby, building that cause, blowing that number away. Watch out. Let's go over
what is nice on the 10-minute, if you go back to August 9th, right, we made that low, we had that big spike down. Did we get to the top of that yesterday? See ya.
We got to the...
Or close, just close. So it was 111.94, and where did we get down to? We got down to 111.95. How about that?
And the Qs, folks, are really going to go. The Qs, they basically, well, watch this. They're coming into the bar right now. They're coming into a $5.1 million bar. You're coming, they're going to start off right at the bar. Oh, this is a beautiful thing. This is Tom O'Brien. This is Steve Rhodes. You stay right there, folks. We are going to be coming right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds, I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now up 195, 202. Just stay with us for 3 more minutes. It'll be up 500.
Be careful. You have everybody out there buying.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. It's crazy, man. It's pretty wild. So where are we now? I know you did your webinar yesterday.
We did the webcast yesterday for the subscribers.
Okay.
And, we're this Saturday we're coming into a full moon.
Okay.
And typically we would be buying the full moon.
I got to find out what time the tide's high then. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We can find that out too.
Yeah, totally.
And then on Tuesday, we've got Combust coming in.
Okay.
And so now Combust usually has much more meaning when it's wrapped around or near a lunar phase.
Now, what is Combust?
Combust is Mercury conjunct Venus.
Okay.
Okay. And, and I've gone back. What I did with our subscribers is I went back to 1998. I think there were the last, so we looked at the last 34 events.
Okay.
And again, Combust has got more meaning when you've got a lunar event that occurs on it or very near to it.
Really?
Yeah. And statistically, when you went ahead and took a look at the price action, the duration of the move versus when there was no lunar aspect, and why I don't know. But, I just know that it's easy enough for me to go ahead and place on the charts and take a look at the analysis and just understand where there was or wasn't a lunar. And a lunar event could be a full moon, a new moon, or the moon closest or furthest from us, apogee or perigee.
Cool.
Okay, so you just really take a look at those four. So what do you think about,
you're really getting to understand the whole universe now, aren't you?
It's very,
I got to understand this more. I love the idea, listen, I love the idea of trading off it, but I love the idea of really understanding the universe, too.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, you start, it's like anything else that you all of a sudden have an interest in. Now, Now, look, all of us that are traders, the bottom line is we're always looking for the holy grail of trading, right? We're always looking for a competitive edge because, look, I believe a competitive edge is a good thing to have.
Huge.
Right?
Huge.
And so we're always searching for those things. Well, when it comes to the universe, that's the thing we know the least about.
Right.
You know? And we're not, I'm not reading your hand or anything like that. The way I take a look at those aspects is just simply, how can I take the information and apply it to charts and see if there is an edge?
Right.
I don't need to understand anything about the planets. If I had to go on Jeopardy and take a test, I would lose. But if I had to go on Jeopardy and take a test with regard to how those aspects impact the marketplace, I'd be up on top.
Right.
And the question is, what is it that you want? You want to understand, something that gives you a probability edge.
That's right.
The thing is that as I started through the process, what I found out was that manually, I was spending a lot of time trying to, understand this.
Yes.
And because I was taking the book that had all of these important pieces of information, the ephemeris, and manually going through, and it was so tedious that you would start and then you would just say it was too much work. So that's why I spent all the money to go ahead and have that digitized for me, so that I could, and then create a program so that I could overlay it on my charts. So then I could go back and do the detailed analyst work, And you got to take a look at it on different marketplaces. You got the aspects. Something might impact gold or wheat or corn versus the Dow or the S&P. And again, folks, all you're really looking for, because to me, the whole money game is about finding an edge, finding a probability where you got a 70% win-loss rate.
Right.
Understanding then how to go ahead and put a trading strategy with regard to stops.
Exactly.
Because, you're never going to find typically the exact tick or what have you. The market can move a little bit beyond where it is.
Sure.
And so if you're in the right trade, what I also learned is that putting in stops sometimes that are just too tight. Just depends what it is you're up against and what you're looking at. So it's a little bit different for every strategy.
Right.
But when you're taking a look at trying to use some of these other aspects or what have you, you've got to have a little bit wider.
They got to breathe.
Yeah.
Cisco out here this morning, folks. Cisco, we'll see whether they get some.
That's a nice
certainly
gap,
has some real juice. Okay, Cisco closed last night down at the 13.96 area, and it's trading right now at 15.97. That's got some real juice behind it. You're coming into a swing point up there with 93 million shares, and you've already done 103 million shares. So that baby's going to make its way up to that 64 level. Big number.
Yeah, so 9:30 or so when I sent you the text said gold 1807. And
oh, you know what I was watching? Oh man, and I was going to bring something up. I was watching Catch Me If You Can by
Oh, okay,
and
yeah,
I watched that before.
DiCaprio.
That is. Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen this film, folks, this is a great film. And the father always tells the story about the two little mice. Okay, so you get two mice, okay? And they fall in some cream, right? One mice dies, right?
Yeah.
The other mice, right, keeps swimming round and round and round. And he makes butter and crawls out. That's the winner. That's the winner. Isn't that good?
That's a winning strategy.
That's a beautiful thing. That's right. Keep going, folks. No doubt about it, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We have the Dow up 188, NASDAQ up 56, S&P's up 23. We're going to be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stock placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
We have Earl Bush on the line, the winner of today's Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway from Palm Harbor. Earl Bush, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. So your day, I assume, is made now that you've heard that you've won a great silver coin?
Oh, yeah. That was the best present made all week.
All right. Well, that's great. You've been a listener to TFNN. You're familiar with TFNN.com and Tom O'Brien, all that good stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a dinner, and I'm into this every day.
Starting Tuesday, June 21st through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now up 231, NASDAQ up 64, S&P's up 27. And, folks, if you haven't test drove the Tigers Den, it's a state-of-the-art trading room that we have. Come on over. You can test drive it 30 days absolutely free. And inside there right now, you have one of the Tigers posting that certain CNBC tweets indicate that the Italian and French market watchdogs are going to announce a ban on short selling after the close that are going to match Germany. The thing that cracks me up, you know what's amazing, folks, is that the last time that this came on, just so you know, factually and history-wise, right?
Yeah.
You can do the ban on short selling, and it doesn't mean a thing. Last time when they basically did it, the market went down 2,000 points.
Absolutely.
It's like there's absolutely no clue. They think they can turn around and absolutely just stop, you know, financial markets. You can't stop financial markets. Politicians can't do anything.
And really, isn't it worse overall for the market?
Well, it's worse. It is. It is.
I mean, because you take out some natural, you know, resistance and support areas.
And you take out natural buyers.
Yeah.
Short sellers, folks, are actually natural buyers in the marketplace. You know, which, in the context of folks that figure that you only can go long, they don't really. Well, the bottom line is they don't even understand markets. I mean, that's the reality, and they're in the business to just keep pushing paper out anyway.
So earlier, you know, you were talking before the show, and I think David might have mentioned in his show, or you in your show yesterday, about about the insider buying,
right?
That we've seen, what have you. So, we're talking about, maybe the ability to through Bloomberg or what have you, take a look at some insider buying. And so, I've got E-Trade up on, and I haven't looked at the chart or anything. I know that it was one of the.
And what was that symbol?
It's ETFC.
ETFC. So let's take a look. So first, we'll take a look at who the biggest
and only
buyers.
because when I just pulled up the chart, I did see a big big spike up with volume, a big breakout on July 20th.
Right. What that's about is that was Citadel saying that, hey, listen, we're going to make you sell E-Trade. They're the largest, one of the largest. Yeah, they are the largest. If you look at
9.6,
they get 9.6%.
Yeah.
And they basically kind of pushed them to sell E-Trade to probably Ameritrade. The sellers, let's see, Putnam's a seller, Prudential's a seller. What does happen is this, is that what I like to see is let's pull up Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
What you had with Morgan Stanley, folks, is this. Morgan Stanley's at $17.12 right now. What you did have is that Gorman, who is the CEO of Morgan Stanley, actually came in. Now, this is what the difference is, and this is what you have to really wrap your head around. You have to wrap your head around the aspect, have they come in and bought with their own money, okay, versus buying with options, and that makes a huge difference. And he actually came in, and he came in on August 4th and bought 100,000 shares with his real money. Now, that's what you like to see. I particularly like to see that, because what ends up happening there is that, what he's saying specifically is that, okay, hey, listen, I'll put my money up, and that's big money. 100,000 shares, and it's 1.7 million.
Well, yeah.
Okay? So
he did it at 20, probably about 19 bucks, right?
That's right, the 24th. Now, if we take a look at Morgan Stanley, this is going to get interesting, and the reason being is that if you're watching this on Tiger TV, the lows of Morgan Stanley were $6.71. That was in July. The spike low is out there at $11.70, and that spike low had 900, and actually on a weekly almost had 1 billion shares.
Right.
Now, folks, last week we come in with 143 million. That's basically a decent setup. And the top of that consolidation is not the highs. We can push it to 35, but the top of this consolidation, which is decent, is 25.
Yeah, and we did have a nice gap up on the 21st, all the way up to 24 bucks.
Yeah. You stay right there, folks. Steve and myself, we're coming right back. Dow's up 235, NASDAQ up 66, S&P's up 27. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we waited at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Get popcorn, folks, and get on to Tiger TV. Don't forget Channel 1. You can get Steve and I each and every day. Of course, you get everyone on Tiger TV. Channel 1, we start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We go 9 to 1, and then we go, of course, from 3 to 6 in the afternoon. Talk to me about you're going to do a free webinar next week.
Going to do a free webinar from 6:30 to 7 on Wednesday evening, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach folks how to. I'm going to teach them about position sizing, probability management. You know how to. Once they've decided to get in a trade, exactly how to go ahead and put that together.
Nice.
From a probability standpoint.
Nice.
So it's the key focus is money management, and we'll focus on that in a half an hour. And
you get a plan, folks. The key to everything is making sure you have a plan. Because if you have a plan, the bottom line, then you're not going to get slapped in the back of the head.
Yeah, and especially for folks that are out there working, so the folks that are listening to us on the archive shows or what have you, and so for everybody's, you got to have a plan. But if you're working during the day, and you're leaving for work and you're coming home at 6 and you're trying to play some trades and manage your money, that's where this really is going to be helpful. Because you're going to be able to put your advanced orders in ahead of time, especially if you're looking at these patterns, how it is that we take a look at the money management piece of it, the position size that you should take, so you've got the right risk control.
And that's where you can have a life away from the screens, folks. And that's a big deal. Because what we've never talked about, well, I haven't talked about for a while, is that if you're looking for a timeline in this whole business, folks, what you want to get to, depending on where you are in this, what I've found is this. The first couple of years, you're going to be at the screens the whole time. What you have to absolutely do is get away from the screens.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to shut your head off at, whatever time that is at night, because you have to be able to think about something else. Because as soon as you can think about something else, everything else gets cleaner.
Yeah.
It just does. It absolutely does. So.
Yeah, you got to take a look at this as running a business.
Right.
And as an entrepreneur, you're always making risk assessment judgments with, where to put your capital at work and not, for the return. It's the same thing here. And so you do your assessment, you do your money management, you do your math or what have you, put the trade on and go on to the next thing.
Right.
That way you have a more productive life, which is really what, you've got to have a balanced life. If all your time is in one area, your wheel,
you're too tired.
Yeah, you don't have a wheel.
Yeah, you don't.
It becomes a square or something. It doesn't exactly roll very well.
No, that's right. And it's easier than you realize, folks. And you'll understand the first time that you can get away from a screen. You'll be happy, number one, but you'll also understand is that your clarity will be a lot better.
Yeah, and depending on what pattern it is that you trade, there are spots where there are typical exit points. So you can go ahead and you can put in the entire order. You've got your entry point, your stop, and your exits all along the way.
You take your bread and you go to the Four Seasons. You bring your wife and you bring your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you got to remember, something to remember. And folks, depending on how long you've been listening to us. And Super Bull markets there's been calls over and over again, and no one takes their money. And it's like, what are you even in the market for?
Yeah.
You're in the market, folks, to take the money and go spend it. Okay? Don't end up, going on to your next life, leaving a whole bunch of money. It's not worth it. Go, I'm telling you, man, go spend it. Go have a good time.
Your son's pounding on the door.
That's all right. You know what we did? This is amazing. So picture this, folks. When Angie and I brought Angie sailing, and it was incredible, folks. We got a yacht and a half. I mean, a yacht, too. And thank God I know how to sail. But it was a monster. Yeah. And so we're out there. And what we did, I saw one that was even bigger. We had a 54-foot, and there was about a 74-foot next to us, right?
Yeah.
And I took a picture of it. Angie took a picture of it, and we sent it to the kids, and we said, "Here goes your inheritance." It's wicked. It's wicked. It really is.
No, they're just going to inherit a boat.
Yeah, no, that's what we said. That's what we did say. That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
We were talking about Morgan Stanley before we went into the last break, and so for you folks looking and watching us on Tiger TV on Channel 1, you can see the chart that I've got posted, or you folks in the den, you can see the chart that I've got posted. And what we see here is we see a Gartley pattern, that was created. The 618 retracement on this, folks, where I'm going back to is the low on Morgan Stanley from October 8th. And I've got the weekly chart up on the screen. The low there was 671. The high that we had came in on October 23rd, the high there of 35.77. The equity moved down into July 2nd, moved down to the 2240, back up to a C point, which was a 0.618 retracement approximately, and it moved up to 3104. So a full A to B equals C to D completed at about the 1765. It's trading at 1725 right now. And we talk about expansion and contraction because that's what the market is doing. It's breathing all the time. And you take a look at expansion and contraction in between swing points. And the 1.618, which is a real nice expansion, would have completed right at the 1706 area. Now, where this got down to during the week, it got down to a low of 1641 versus 1706. I mean, that's not too bad. So we've got a nice Gartley. It's not a Tiger Gartley, but it does have a nice Gartley pattern out there, and with some insider buying. And you had a nice gap up. I think it was back on the 21st or so.
Yeah, that's right.
Looks like a pretty interesting possible trade out here. Yeah, because you certainly do want, like Tom was saying, you certainly do want CEOs.
Yes,
that are putting their own money, and they were putting up their own money when it was in the $20 price range.
Big time. Let's go to Mike in Toronto. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Yeah.
Hello.
What's happening, brother?
Not much. Just wanted to check on the U.S. dollar versus the Canadian. What do you see in the short and medium term?
Okay, so let's take a look at it. You get the Canadian dollar right now is trading at 99. And if you want to start swapping out some Canadian dollars for U.S. dollars, this is the time to do it. The Canadian dollar, you talk about strength, folks, are pretty amazing. If we just go back to 2009, it was 130, comes down under parity into the 94 area. The way this is set up right now, Mike, is that it wants to go back to 106. And if it has some strength at that level, then you're going to see 113, man.
Wow. What time period are you?
Right now.
Right now?
It's blown away. Your 98 cents. So as soon as the 98 cents is blown away, you get the 108. Well, I mean, it's not. I don't see it as a wow. I mean, if you're from Toronto, you know that the.
No, I lived in Tampa, Clearwater. I just moved up here.
Oh, I see. Okay, so then you're going to be rich now.
Well, I made about 10,000 a month ago after your call.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, brother.
Thank you.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. And bottom line, folks, so all you Canadians up there, get down to the U.S., take your Canadian dollars, buy some real estate. You're going to get it both ways, folks. You get it on the conversion, you get it on the real estate, and we love you down here. We're going to be right back, folks.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin Burnstone Mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone Mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister Mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, and we were just talking about the dollar, and the Canadian dollar.
Yeah.
So Steve's got a chart up, so talk to us.
Yeah, we had, who was it, Mike that called in, I think, or Larry?
Yeah, no, Mike from Toronto.
Mike from Toronto. So Mike, you're still listening in. So what I wanted to show you, if you're going to Channel 1 on Tiger TV, so the first thing I've got up is the weekly chart. Tom always teaches about, a move of a move, and when you see that happen, the whatever it is you're looking at on your screen, whatever equity, whatever currency, whatever it might be, it's going to do something else. And so what does the Canadian dollar do? And where I'm first going back to, folks, I'm going back to the high that it made November 9th, 2007. And the low of that was 105.93. And you can see that the Canadian dollar on the weekly chart gets up there on the August 5th time frame. Gets up there and gives it up. Also, that was a 1 to 1.272 expansion. You can see that I've got that drawn in there. So that's on the weekly chart. Now, what's cool about this is when you take, you start with a longer-term chart, maybe a weekly chart, and then you start digging down deeper. So now if we go to the daily chart on the Canadian dollar, what you can see is that it made a 1.618 expansion, which would be a butterfly pattern that we had in there, was at $1.528. And it got up to $1.632. And now what it's done, what it should do on those extended butterfly patterns, because there's so much energy wrapped up, is as it starts to unravel, on a butterfly pattern, what you can usually look at is these things will come back at least to the 0.618. It's almost like on a butterfly pattern that's the dead cat.
Really?
Bounce, is all the way back there.
Okay.
And so, you're looking at 97 cents. So I just wanted to clarify, but mostly also bringing into you guys the patterns that are also out there, so you can take a look at them on your screens if you're following.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's so sweet, because what we're saying specifically is that the Canadian dollar is going to get weaker, U.S. dollar is going to get stronger. What is really neat, what I like you've picked up on, is what ends up happening, folks, is that type of retracement after going topside gives you a whole nother chance to get into it and a whole nother pattern developing.
Oh,
right?
it does.
Yeah.
And what's also so natural about the way that these markets move, I don't know why, but you can watch how after that butterfly, that 1.618, where does it move down to? It moves down to that first floor. Well, on our floors, when we take a look at the tools, it's 0.382. That's the first floor, which is at the $1.08, and we've been going sideways in that area, for a few days. We hit that area. It's a normal place for people to get on and off the elevator, and wait for the next leg down, the next move down.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, listen, folks, don't forget, you stay right there, because coming up next, we got our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. That's
Absolutely.
Right, no doubt. And
then we've got Larry.
Larry Pesavento. Now, it's going to be great, folks, because, of course, Larry is going to be coming to you live from Hong Kong. And, of course, Larry is such a trooper. In Hong Kong, folks, it's going to be midnight Hong Kong time.
Absolutely.
So call in.
But he doesn't need any sleep. He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep. Folks, if you've ever seen, I've seen this, and it's so cool. It's amazing. Now, Larry's talked about this on the air before, but where Larry trades from, when you walk into his house, on the floor, right, is a beautiful Fibonacci shell, the whole ball of wax, right? Well, I think Sarah sent me a picture one day, and it was just great, right? So Larry, it's in the middle of the night, right? And he's in the chair like this, right? And he's like, his head's going down like this, and he's going up. Now what he does is he has alarms on his machine. The alarm goes up, and that's where the picture comes. And it's like, oh my God, it was as good as you can get. There's no doubt about it.
Well, technology, it's so cool because we talk about we talk about patterns, and so like if you're trading currency. Okay, because which is a wonderful vehicle to trade, especially with regard to the patterns that we have out here. What's really great about the types of patterns that I trade is they're forward-looking.
Right.
So you can plan ahead. And what's great is with alarms, you can have those texts sent to your cell phone, sit right by your bed, and be able to get up, take a look at it, execute the trade.
You stay right there, folks. The Dow 265, Nasdaq 73, S&P 31. And for all you IBD people out there, it's possible this could be a fall through there today. Steve's going to be coming right back with you.
We'll be back shortly, folks. Stay tuned.